Hey, everybody. So this morning, as many of you probably know, the Oscar nominations were announced. Now, I was in school by then, so during lunch I went into the library where there are many of computer, and I went on and kind of covertly looked up the nominations, switching between that and like the school homepage. So, because they're just, everybody in there is like a Nazi. They're always just pissed off and just angry. And I think it's just during lunch, because if you go there any other time of the day, they're really nice, but like during lunch, it's just always just very angry. I guess it because they have to sit there instead of, you know, having the free time. But because when you leave, they're like, bye, have a good day. But during that, they're like, ich bin nicht gewonnen! I actually kind of like some of my reactions to some of these nominations, snubs, whatever. So, yes, we're here to talk about the Oscar nominations, and there are a very long list. I don't know why I said that, it's same as usual. But, I would just start off by saying that almost every one of these movies was expected, and I think the things that were unexpected, it's still a disappointment, even though I knew for a while certain things that just weren't even going to get a chance of being nominated. So I've kind of psyched myself up for it. So they're just disappointments, really. It's not too much that's unexpected, especially for the Oscars. I mean, they get pretty ridiculous, and I think, especially Best Picture, I mean, there was not one movie that on there that I didn't expect. There was 8 locked-in ones, I think everybody kind of agreed on, that were definitely going to get nominations. There were, like, 2 that were, kind of the variables, but the 2 that got in there were, like, the 2 immediate variables, so let's just start off with Best Picture. 127 Hours, Black Swan, The Fighter, Inception, Kids Are Alright, King's Speech, The Social Network, Toy Story 3, True Grit, and The Winter's Boner. I was not trying to make a joke there. I accidentally pronounced that wrong. So, really none of these surprised. The 2 that I was speaking of was 127 Hours and Winter's Boner. Now, 127 Hours, well, I love the movie. It's actually in my top 10 of the year. I think it's kind of slidden off. It was sliding off the radar for a while. The same thing with Winter's Bone. Because they were both. Well, 127 Hours wasn't released too long ago. Actually, shorter than a lot of the other movies. Most of the movies on there. But recently I haven't heard that much talk about it. It didn't get too many nominations at the Golden Globes, but I'm fine with it being on there. Black Swan saw coming. The Fighter saw coming. Inception. Even though it's not one of my top 10 of the year, I respect the movie because I love Christopher Nolan. I think he finally should, he deserves to get this long-awaited Best Picture nomination because I think a lot of his movies really have deserved them and haven't gotten them, and he is one of the reasons that there are 10 nominations, so it should be there. The Kids Are Alright, loved it, no problem there. King's Speech, loved it, no problem there. Social Network, loved it, no problem there. Toy Story 3, loved it, no problem there. True Grit, loved it, no problem there. Winter's Bone said, it was one of those variables, but it was definitely the one that I expected to get on there the most. The other ones were The Town. I know The Town was a big one. But yeah, there was a couple other ones, not sure. But, I'm totally fine with the Best Picture category here, but everyone was expected. I didn't want them to, like last year, we had the 2 variable spots, kind of splots too on the nomination list. Blindside, splot, I mean, District 9, I was happy that it got in there, but Blindside was blindsided us. So yeah, I'm happy there's none of that this year. But moving on, I actually just want to skip the acting for a second and just go straight to director, because I was just talking about Christopher Nolan, and he got snubbed. Yeah, he did. Now, yet again, I know I've been kind of, recently, anybody who saw, there was a big comment war over Inception on my favorite movies of the year because it was like 14 or something. I love the movie, okay? I have some minor grievances, and this isn't a video about Inception, so I'm just not going to spend too much time talking about it. Little reasons. Actually, but I think that he definitely deserves to be in there, especially directing, because I think he did some of the best directing of the year. The problem I have with Inception is in the script, and I don't even think it's Chris Nolan's fault. I think he wrote a fine script, but I feel like studios pressured him to add a whole bunch of action in to make it a big blockbuster, when it just, felt unnecessary, and just random scenes of, unadulterated action that just felt so unneeded. But so I think the problem's in the script. I think he as a director did an amazing job and really should have gotten a nomination, and they snubbed him before, and I think that is just ridiculous, especially because their picks are so bland. They're so expected. No, I mean, just because they're going along with the movies that they think are the best. Well, most of these movies I think are better than Inception. The direction isn't anything outstanding. I think Chris Nolan really took a big leap with the movie. Unlike these, I mean, they're more standard picks, and I don't think any of them really did anything too edgy or out of line like Nolan. I don't even think Nolan. Still, their picks are very bland. I think that Aronofsky, the Coen brothers, and Finch should be up there, and I even, I don't think I have any problem with the other two directors, like Tom Hooper and David O. Russell. I just, think Chris should have been in there somewhere. So actress in a leading role, there really weren't too many surprises. Nicole Kidman, I didn't really see coming. Neither did I see Michelle Williams. I've yet to see Blue Valentine. It's opened nowhere around me. I've heard it's very good. I'd like to see it. I'm very excited to see that. So I'm not sure. I can't really remark on that yet. Actor in a supporting role, all these are fine. I'm happy to see Jeremy Renner in there, but yeah, I think everything there is, checks out. Still, not many surprises. I mean, because it's the Oscars, I'm kind of used to these picks, so. And I'm not one of those people who, constantly vilifies the Oscars either. I think, I don't think they're all that bad to be made out to be, but recently they were just terrible. Last year's Oscar ceremony, I mean, despite the actual ceremony being boring, the nominations were ridiculous, just terrible. Precious winning Best Adapted Screenplay over Up in the Air. I mean, I think they just, were laughing at us, too, because the clip they played during it winning Best Adapted Screenplay was her stealing fried chicken. Really? That is the literary genius that you saw in the movie? Supporting actress. Yet again, here, I think everything's good. Animal Kingdom got nominated for something that's good. I recently have seen that movie, and I thought it was very good. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. Really nothing out of the ordinary here. I'm very happy Haley Steinfeld got the nomination. And Nomi Lakunis. I really hope Haley Steinfeld wins, though. She really deserves it. So, Best Original Screenplay, another year. I kind of saw that coming. The Fighter, Inception, Kids Are Alright, and King's Speech. Yet again, really nothing here that stuck out at me. I thought that's all fine. Best Adapted Screenplay, 127 Hours, Social Network, Toy Story 3. I didn't know Toy Story 3 was adapted. I think I've looked at this up, but I think I forget. So if anybody wants to tell me why Toy Story 3 is adapted, please tell me so below. I know just because it's a sequel doesn't mean it's adapted, but, True Grit, Winter's Bone, yeah, fine. Really, that's fine as well. Best Animated Feature Film. I don't know why they only chose 3, because this was an amazing year for animation. Really remarkable year. How to Train Your Dragon, Toy Story 3 locks in. How could they not be nominated? Both amazing. Obviously, I like Toy Story 3 a lot more, but still, I love How to Train Your Dragon. Oodles and oodles. The Illusionist. I've yet to see this one as well. I still want to. I'm not going to remark on it being over there as other animated movies I loved more. I expected Tangled to be in there. Despicable Me, I had a feeling they weren't going to go for, but I absolutely adore that movie. So, I feel, I don't know. It's okay, whatever. I still need to see The Illusionist. Best Foreign Film. Not reading them take too long. My favorite foreign films of the year, neither of them are on there. I think Mother, but I think they consider Mother 2009, and The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, and I doubt they'd count that anyway. But Dogtooth is on there. Dogtooth I saw, which was actually very good. Achievement in Cinematography. So here is where I want to start getting into my biggest grievances here. And it was something totally expected, and the people who like this movie really love it. I mean, I think I'm with a lot of people. When it first came out, there was mixed feelings about it, but I think now it's garnered a lot more respect over the past year, and I think it's my third favorite movie of the year. I think it's between 3 and 4, it came out like a year ago, so that might be the reason it's not getting a lot of nominations. It was supposed to come out in October 2009, where it most likely would have gotten tons of nominations because of the director at hand, and that is Martin Scorsese's Shutter Island. Now, I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of this movie, but I know there's a whole group of people who absolutely adore the movie, and still to this day I cannot understand why people don't like it. I've rewatched and rewatched that movie, don't understand a single thing. I can understand some complaints, but still, not to the point where I had like a 60-something. I'm not even mentioned Rotten Tomatoes, who gives a shit? But, I mean, I respect Rotten Tomatoes. It's not their fault. Yeah, so I still don't get the big the big complaints with the movie. I never understood it, and I still love it. I rewatched it the other day, and I still adore the movie. I saw it 3 times in theaters. I saw it like 3 times in the first couple days it was out on DVD, and I've rewatched it a couple times since then, and I still love the movie. And it just gets me so pissed off because it's nothing. It got completely stubbed, and I wasn't even expecting Best Picture. I knew it wasn't going to get Best Picture, and I was fine with that. I was going to let that go. I didn't care. Just I know I love it that much, but I didn't expect Best Picture. But what I was expecting was Leonardo DiCaprio's best performance to date, and I think even if you don't love the movie that much, you got to agree that it was definitely Leonardo DiCaprio's best performance, or at least a great nomination-worthy performance. Nothing an actor leading for him. We have Javier Bardem for beautiful, Jeff Bridges, Jesse Eisenberg, Colin Firth, and James Franco. All those except for Javier Bardem, I'm fine with. I think just the Oscars have had a major fucking hard-on for Javier Bardem lately. I think they want to have sex with him. I mean, are you guys forgetting that Eat, Pray, Love happened? Are you forgetting that movie happened this year? Because, you know what? Just shut up. Yet again, I feel like a tool because I haven't seen the Javier Bardem movie because I don't want to pronounce it and seem like an idiot. I already probably do. But yeah, Leo, come on. Not even if you have him win, just give him a nomination. The Oscars have snubbed Leo many times before. He's got nominated for Gilbert Grape, The Aviator, and Blood Diamond, but nothing for The Departed. You know, some of his really great movies. But I mean, I think really here, he deserved it. But besides that, I was expecting some other ones where it's got some other award attention, not too much, and that's even surprising. And I don't know because it's February or what, because, I mean, they've nominated complete shit movies before with shit reviews, so I don't know why ones with, like, middlingly positive, mainly positive, but, you know, not ecstatic reviews, they don't even give it anything, especially where it's due. I mean, they give Alice in Wonderland nominations on here. I mean, for minor categories, Best Achievement in Cinematography, Shutter fucking Island. I think the ones that are nominated here are fine. I think that Black Swan cinematography was amazing. Inception, fine. King's Speech, I mean, really, I just think they're throwing in random crap here. I'm not saying that there wasn't adequate cinematography, but True Grit, Social Network, I'm both fine with those as well. But Shutter Island, honestly, I watched the movie. It's a master of his craft, you know, just flexing every muscle he has. And it gets nothing. Even from a technical standpoint, the movie is absolutely amazing. And it works it so well to drive it within your head. It enhances the story. It goes along with what the movie's trying to say. Just really an amazing movie. And even if just give it some technical words, editing definitely deserves editing nomination. I mean, come on. Like, 127 Hours, Black Swan, Fighter, King's Speech, Social fucking Network. Are you just nominating the same fucking movies like no other fucking movies came out this year? Are you kidding me? It is bullshit because these are, especially because in previous years, these are the categories where you give blockbuster nominations, you give summer movie nominations. I'm not saying sure on summer movie, but still, this is where you're supposed to give them. It's credit where credit is due. You gotta give it to them there, but then you're somehow nominating the same movies. I see the same movies over and over and over and over. Best Achievement in Art Direction, I also think, shut on, get on one here, but, Alice in Wonderland, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Cool, Inception, King's Speech, Costume, I don't really fucking cool. Makeup. Oh, music, 127 hours. Really? How to Train Your Dragon, Best Original Score? Actually, I just saw that. That's pretty cool. Thought it had a good score. Inception. Okay. King's Speech, alright. Doesn't take something. Social Network, good. Really? The Toy Story 3 song? I mean, that's cool. I'm actually really, that's awesome. I definitely wasn't expecting that, and it get nominated anywhere else, so that's, yeah, so, oh, wow, so they nominated Salt, really, just, The King's Speech, in sound mixing, really? I totally love The King's Speech, but, God, Tron Legacy, alright, Unstoppable, cool, that is awesome. Iron Man 2, or whatever. Documentary feature. Exit through the gift shop. I'm just happy that's on there. Inside job, good. As well, Restrepo, very good. So, they're okay. So I'm going to do another video with my overall predictions, and then I don't know if I'm going to do a winners video. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of Oscar talk in the months to come. I'm taking a podcast for Oscar stuff too. I'll tell you guys about that. I'm just really pissed off. I'm always pissed off at the Oscars. I'm very exasperated right now. So, peace.